after the other night. I know you kind of brushed that. It's out, and now on to the next one. So just today, 15 minutes in, you know, you're scoring 2 goals, and they had a little bit of the possession, and then you guys were just on fire.
I knew we were going to have a response from Thursday, right? And I think the kids came out in kind and did the things that we asked them to do on Thursday really well, and they did it again today. And so I think we dominated the possession like we did on Thursday, and we did a really good job of circulating the ball and making these guys shift and have to work on a Sunday, which is hard, right? Scored some really good goals and kind of put the game away in the first half.
And it seemed like they tried to do a little possession in the beginning, and then I think today, I just noticing the possession and trying to film it, like it was quicker. You were skipping out players. I mean, it's good all the time, but there was a little bit more oomph in just getting the ball from one side to the other.
I've been talking about it the last couple of weeks, and we want to get back to our roots, kind of, sort of, and do the things that have made us successful. And I think that we've kind of lost our way a little bit during the beginning of the season, and so just focusing on the things that we train on a regular basis and coming out here and doing those same things.
And then what was Friday and Saturday like? And then the football game was last night and all that stuff. What was your emphasis to really kind of message going into this week?
It was all about the details. All about the details and making sure that, if we're dominating the game, we don't give up chances like we did on Thursday night. And I thought for the most part we didn't give up really much of anything today.
And you were pretty clinical inside the box,
for
too,
sure.
As far as just even the ones that didn't go in.
Sure.
Was that an emphasis as well, as far as just doing something?
Well, in the second half it was a little bit harder because they had 2 blocks of 4, and the whole team was behind the goal or in front of the goal and on top of the 18, so it made it really hard for us to kind of pick them apart. But in the first half, I thought we had our way and did whatever that we wanted to do, and created some really good goal-scoring opportunities and scored a few. So again, it was a pretty professional performance on our part, and we got to play a lot of people on a Sunday, which was good, and hopefully we'll be rested up for Thursday's game.
Yeah, and last couple, you did get to play a lot of people, and I think you played a lot of people pretty much all year, and they're contributing.
Right.
How cool was that today to be able to see everyone, respond and get that 3-1 win?
It's important if you want to be able to compete for championships. You got to have a little bit of depth, and I think that we do, and we're comfortable playing a lot of people in some really critical minute moments, and so they're getting some really good experience as well, which I think is important, and hopefully all that stuff kind of pays off as we continue to go through the conference portion of the season.
Yeah, and last thing, the game was over with. Now you get to celebrate these kids, because I know that was on your mind after the game. So, like, I saw you, and I was like, it's a pretty special moment. You're watching the video. Right. You get to get your arm around them and really be kind of that figure, that role model and, like, teacher and everything. Mm-hmm. How was that?
It's a special group. We've had some kids that have just gotten here and some kids that have been here for 3.5 years. And so I really have I owe them a huge debt, right? Because they've come in and done some really cool things, and they're champions, and they won some championships, and won a lot of games. And so credit to them and their hard work and dedication to our program. But more importantly, they're really good people, and that's what I appreciate the most about them.
When you talk about wanting to get back to your ways and that possession and ball control, how much does it help when you score 2 goals in less than a minute to give the team the confidence to play their game?
It's important, and it was nice to see, right? You work, right? And you never know if you're going to be able to score a goal or will score a goal. But when you do it back to back like that, that gives us confidence, knowing that the things that we do in the training field pays off in the game if you do it the way that we're supposed to.
For you as a coach, kind of watching that happen and seeing the response and seeing the energy they came out with after really hard fought loss the other day, what does that make you feel like going forward the next month?
Well, I thought we would have a positive response after the game, and we didn't play bad on Thursday, so it wasn't a situation of we had to fix a whole lot of things. I think it's more of just our attention to details and making sure that we don't give up goals like we did on Thursday night. But I thought we did a really good job today.
You obviously have a lot of season left to play, and you have a really special group here in front of you. When you think specifically about a player like Seven Castaigne and the legacy that she's left, what has she specifically meant, over her time at TCU, and where does she belong kind of in TCU soccer history?
Well, she's pushing to be on the Mount Rushmore of TCU soccer. Like I always said about Sev, she's a kid that works really, really hard on her craft, and she gets a lot of the accolades, but she earns the accolades because she does so much when nobody else is watching. And for me, that's the true vision of a champion, right? And so she does all the things right. She takes care of herself. She's a brilliant student as well. She's never gotten less than an A. And so straight A Seb, that's what I call her. And you know, she's a great kid, a great family, and she's going to go off to have a great professional career.
You look ahead, you know, the next couple of weeks, you've got a couple of big in-state rivalries coming up with Tech and Baylor. How are you feeling about where the team is at right now as you hit the home stretch?
Well, good. I think that we're relatively healthy going into the weekend, and hopefully that stays the case. And we just have one game against Tech this weekend, so we can just focus in on them. And it's a Friday night game, and so I know that it'll be kind of a hostile environment in Lubbock, so we got to prepare for that. But it should be a really good game with two really good soccer playing teams, and so may the best team win.